Decorate your block with red tape, phone them sliding every day. Bunch of hollows spitting out the Glock. I've been serving fiends all day, out there posted with the gang, nigga. We was taught to get it off the block. It's 100 bands in the safe.
Firstly, here is a video of my mullet. The mullet is a hairstyle in which the hair is short at the front and sides, but long at the back. The hairstyle came into prominence in Australia in the 1970s and is a big part of the Australian culture. The mullet in the last 3 years or so has made a big comeback in the AFL, with loads of players wearing and rocking the luscious hairstyle. Currently, there is about 30 players in the AFL that have a mullet at the moment. The best mullet in the AFL at the moment is 100% Western Bulldogs superstar Bailey Smith, who is in his third season at the Doggies and has not missed a game since he was drafted in 2018 and debuted in round 1 of the 2019 AFL season. The documentary will have an interview or interviews with AFL players with mullets, videos of students and people I know with mullets, interviews with barbers and hairdressers, favourite people / celebrities with mullets, famous people / celebrities that had a mullet, and an all-Australian mullet team, present, past, combined and current.
Hey Jack, so why did I get my mullet? I think I cut it probably in the early stages of year 12 in 2019, and it was sort of more of a Dustin Martin haircut at the time. It was short all round and just had the sides shaved up, and then I think it sort of progressed from there, and you know, the few players like Bailey Smith that was getting it, and then yeah, a few of my mates were getting longer hair as well, so I decided to just let the back grow out and keep trimming up the sides, and yeah, that was pretty much why I got it. And inspiration, well, yeah, like I said, it sort of started from Dusty Martin as a Dustin Martin, Patrick Cripps, you know, whoever was more you know, iconic at the time, but yeah, that was where it started. And then I guess Bailey Smith was the first one to sort of have a real decent mullet in the league. So yeah, I guess it was sort of a little bit of inspiration. And then one of my best mates, Caleb Poulter, was growing one at the same time. So yeah, we sort of were going at each other with who could have the better haircut. What do my teammates think of my mullet? There's a few mixed opinions. A few boys like it. A few boys are sort of, you know, a bit iffy about it. But I think the general consensus across the group is they don't mind it. Biggest critic at the club, though, is Ken Hinkley. He's not a massive fan of it and reckons that make me run a little bit faster if I trim it off. But might need to get you to send him a message and say that it can stay there for the time being, at least. At least he will see yours and think that it's more of a modern day thing. Ken Hinkley's not quite used to it back in his day. What does my partner and family think? So I don't actually have a partner, so no troubles there, but family. Mum's always pretty harsh on my hair. Always go and get a haircut, and she never reckons I get it cut. So yeah, apart from that, Dad's wasn't a massive fan either, but yeah, probably care less about what Dad says and what Mum does. But yeah, apart from that, I think everyone else sort of likes it. There's a few grandparents that aren't a massive fan, but I think that's just them being old and grumpy. And yeah, so I think across the board it's, you know, accepted. How long am I going to keep my mullet? Probably stay for a while, at least this season. I did say at the start that if it was to get in my eyes and annoy me, that I would cut it off. But I haven't had any trouble so far. So yeah, probably stay for the season, and come the end of the year, if it's, you know, if I think it's done its time, then might trim it off, and yeah, hopefully might do it for a charity or a fundraiser, and try and raise a bit of money for it. So yeah, hopefully if I do cut it, it'll be for a good cause. in terms of maintaining my mullet, there's not a whole lot that goes on. I try and wash it once a week, and yeah, apart from that, just let it go, let it do its own thing. Yeah, obviously try and, obviously wet it every day and through the shower, and just let it dry and just sort of let it naturally hang and does its own thing. Although there is a few curls that come up underneath and there's a few dreads from time to time, but yeah, it's all part of the mullet experience. And what do I think of your mullet? It's pretty impressive. When you first posted and tagged myself and a few other boys in your photo, yeah, it was a quite impressive mullet, and it's obviously got a bit of length on mine, so I'm coming for you, but yeah, don't mind it, and hopefully keep it for a while yet. So, cheers, mate.
Andy, how popular are they?
They're fairly popular at the moment. I think they tend to follow trends with AFL stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Why do you think people are asking for mullets?
I was saying this before, I think it's like a fashionable thing with following football stars or celebrities.
Yeah. What do you think makes a good mullet?
Well, obviously just long at the back and just feral, really.
Like mine?
Yes.
And what's your opinions on mullets?
I don't personally like them, but I grew up in the 80s, mid to late 80s with mullets. So we've already done that trend, and I think it's over.
Anything else you'd like to add about mullets?
No.
Okay, thanks for your time.
No worries.
Donna, how popular are they?
Very popular.
Why do you think people are asking for mullets?
Because they have not been seen by this generation. They have not been around for 28 years. So anyone in their 15, 25, 35 haven't seen them before. And it's something very different. And for males to be able to have long hair, but shorter at the sides and top so that it doesn't get in their face is great.
What do you think makes a good mullet?
A nice blend. So it needs to be short at the front and long at the back. And it needs to just blend all the way through, so no cut-off lines anywhere or stop and start lines.
What's your opinions on mullets?
I really like them. I think it's a really nice change from men having either one length long hair. It looks great. I like it.
And anything else you'd like to add on mullets, like your son's mullet, Ashton, anything on that? What do you think of it?
Well, I think they're great. They're
Cool.
Reasonably low maintenance, and it's nice for a change.
Cool, thank you.
No worries.
Favourite people/celebrities with mullets? They are Bailey Smith, Lachie Jones, Darcy Byrne-Jones and Joe Exotic. Pictures with Bailey Smith at Port Adelaide vs Western Bulldogs round 9, and here are all Bailey Smith's team coach cards that I got signed. Famous people/celebrities that had mullets. All Australian AFL mullet team present. Forwards we have Cameron Zerhart, Aaron Norton, Caleb Poulter, Dustin Martin, Jaden Stevenson and Dan Butler. Midfielders/ruckman we have Bailey Smith, Jack Stevens, Patrick Cripps, Jack Sinclair, Zach Fisher and Sam Draper. Defenders we have Liam Duggan, Jasper Pittard, Darcy Byrne-Jones, Lyndon Dunn, Ben Stratton and Lachie Jones. Interchange we have Jeremy Sharp, Aidan Fife, Luke Jackson and Joel Garner. All Australian AFL mullet team past. Forwards, we have Warwick Capper, Jason Dunstall, Wayne Carey, Peter Dacos, Tony Lockett and Fraser Garrick. Midfielders / ruckman, we have Greg Anderson, John Plutton, Gary Hocking, Nathan Buckley, Wayne Wiedemann and Stephen Kernaham. Defenders, we have Paul Roos, Gary Ayres, Tom Alvin, Chris Langford, Bruce Dahl and Danny Southern. Interchange, we have Dermot Burton, Derek Kickett, Ivan Marek and Ben Stratton. All-Australian AFL mullet team, present and past. Forwards, we have Warwick Capper, Jason Dunstall, Wayne Carey, Peter Dacos, Tony Lockett and Fraser Garrick. Midfielders / ruckman, we have Dustin Martin, Patrick Cripps, Bailey Smith, Gary Hocking, Nathan Buckley and Ivan Marek. Defenders, we have Darcy Byrne-Jones, Liam Duggan, Paul Roos, Gary Ayres, Chris Langford and Bruce Dahl. Interchange, we have Dermot Burton, Derek Kickett, Sam Draper and Tom Alvin. All-Australian AFL mullet team, current. Forwards, we have Aaron Norton, Max King, Josh Dacos, Rowan Marshall, Cameron Zerha and Luke Jackson. Midfielders / ruckman, we have Bailey Smith, Jack Sinclair, Patrick Cripps, Jack Steele, Caleb Poulter and Scott Lysette. Defenders, we have Darcy Byrne-Jones, Lachie Jones, Jake Stein, Riley Bonner, Liam Baker and Sam Durham. Interchange, we have medical sub Zach Fisher, Mitch Georgiades, Hugo Ralph Smith, Sam Draper and Michael Hartley. The AFL's Mullets class of 2021 that they posted on their social medias. 2 surveys to see what players have the best mullet in the AFL. Survey Monkey responses and results. Survey Planet responses and results. The mullet as seen was very popular in the 1980s, but since 2019, the mullet has made a big comeback, especially in the AFL, with over 30 players rocking the mullet. Also, with kids seeing players getting mullets, they are starting to get them themselves. And with that happening, mullets are getting more popular. I think mullets will be popular for the foreseeable future, and my plan for my mullet are to keep it for the foreseeable future. Thanks for watching.
Off Parkway, how the fuck we on Park South? It's a quarter mile to my driveway. Got money coming in 5 ways. I ain't slept in like 5 days. I just landed in the UK, had to switch rich for the time change. Know the lifestyle, make eyes gaze. When she see the money coming in, Lil Jake had a duck a blick charge. Get a lawyer, that's another M. Queen lambs in the front.